Another conference that might look very different next year. If anybody watched the Board of Trustees meeting that happened today between the Florida State Seminoles, where they all said, we're getting out of the damn ACC. The ACC, you have two familiar foes, Clemson and Florida State, in the conference championship. It's been a while. It's never actually happened because this is the first year the ACC has gotten rid of divisions. So that this is actually the first time that's been a possibility for a conference championship game. Talk to me.
All right. You know Clemson. Bread and butter is on the defense. Sweeney's going to have a solid defense. They really haven't, even last year, the last few years, their defense really hasn't fallen off too much. It's not the premier defense like maybe a Georgia where they send like 10 guys to the NFL, but it's still a solid damn defense. My guy, you got not like a good running back, two good running backs, but Shipley's going to lead the way.
I do like Shipley.
Klubnik, the quarterback, was a young guy last year. They got rid of DJ. I play my ukulele anywhere. But the guy I have circled for Clemson is Garrett Riley. In last episode, well, not last episode, but last segment of this episode, you just said, you know how Lincoln Riley's going to have that offense. Garrett Riley had the TCU offense last year.
Yep.
And you saw what it could do.
Yep.
He's going to Clemson. That offense is going to be night and day from what you saw from DJ. I play my ukulele, wherever. And then they're going to have a solid defense. And they got a, pretty good schedule. They got 4 games they got to get through, other than FSU. But the 4-game streak, they got Wake, Miami, NC State, Notre Dame. That's kind of a tough slate, but I think they can get through it. So why not Clemson? Now, FSU, on the other hand, were you going to say something?
No, go ahead. Go. I'll comment on Clemson when it's my go.
All right. So, FSU, on the other hand, dude, Benson is probably, I'm kind of salivating on that running back. Dude, that guy is awesome.
Bruh. Playoffs?
I didn't even write his fucking name down because I had it in my head the whole time, but the receiver. Holy shit.
Johnny Wilson,
dude, this guy is a beast. Like Mike Evans 2.0, probably even better than Mike Evans, in my opinion.
Bigger than Mike Evans.
Coming from college. From where he's at right now, I mean, Mike Evans had like 3 or 4 games in the college career, highlighted by Alabama with Johnny Manziel, but dude, Johnny Wilson is a beast. He could play tight end and receiver. He has the speed, strength, everything you need on a freaking receiver. Everybody's circling the LSU, and within 20 days, they play 4 games, and they ended those 20 days with Clemson. That's what everybody's circling, if they could get past those 2 games. My thing is, they didn't beat Wake. I think they have a losing record at Wake in the last 3 or 4 years.
Sure. We had a losing record against most people the last 3 or 4 years.
But Pitt, Miami, I think Miami might be a little bit of a sleeper. I'm not going to be so high on them this year like I was last year. But I think they're going to have a good defense. But so you got Wake, Pitt, Miami, a bye week with Northern Alabama, and then your rival with UF. I mean, that's kind of a tough slate to not be unscathed through. You can't drop those games. So I think you'll drop at least at LSU Clemson, one of those 2 games. So you have to be unscathed going through that last part of the year.
Fair enough.
So I got FSU Clemson.
FSU Clemson. I like that. I mean, if you're a betting man and picking the favorites, that's who you would have. The ACC Media Days just concluded like every other conference. It was Clemson 1 and 2 FSU. And that was it. That's how the media voted as well. So, makes sense. Jay Mills, before I get in my side, or Frederick, let's see. Frederick said again, the top of the Pac-12 is stronger than the top of the ACC, at least on paper. I agree to that. Well, I don't know how top. If we were talking about top 4 a second ago, the 4 teams you named. If you name those top 4, I would probably agree. The top 2, I might not. But the top 4, that speaks to depth of a conference, Frederick, I might agree. J Mills says Knowles will attempt a replay of 2013. Easy road to Charlotte. Will only need to show up strong in 2 games this year. Wow. And the 2 games he just mentioned weren't what my co-host mentioned. He mentioned a late November stretch just now, October-November stretch. Knowles win it big.
That's it, LSU Clemson.
Knowles win it by causing their fan base money shot all over themselves. Tune in for that stream, sir, if that's what you want to see. Frederick Meredith, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get the likes up. What are we up to now? We're up to 7 likes. 3 more likes.
9.
We're taking a shot.
I got 9 likes.
Come on. We got 12 viewers in here. We can do it. Come on. We're a new podcast, a new show. Come on. And chat, let me know what y'all drinking on. I'm on the Whistle Pig, baby. On the Whistle Pig.
Oh, that's empty. That's an empty
No,
bottle
it's just got a weird bottom on it
okay.
that makes it look empty. But Pit Viper edition, baby. Let's go. Whistle Pig. And we're ready to take a shot if we can get those 10 likes. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Just one more like, baby.
Is it one more? You can't count too good, I don't think. But
I got 9 likes.
You got 9. I got 7. Man, I need to up.
No,
All
Joe Bones.
You're the official like counter. Then I'll take your word for it. There you go. All right. To my, we differ a little bit. Maybe a little bit of a shocker. I told you it's controversy. Roast me or toast me. What do you think to this ACC championship game? I have the North Carolina Tar Heels facing the Florida State Seminoles, baby. And let me tell you why. You mentioned it. I was going to shoot my low early. Notre Dame, Miami, Florida State, North Carolina. Dude, Clemson got a tougher schedule than you think. To open with who? Duke?
Yeah, the first 3 or 4 games are trash.
I mean, to open with Duke. Duke was a good team last year. Mike Elko got those boys playing. And Clemson, they'll probably win that first game. Klubnik, inexperience. He looked great against North Carolina, but most teams did. They lost their, last 3 or 4 games in a row? Their defense was cheeks last year. And then it looked like, Clemson themselves looked like cheeks against Tennessee in the bowl game. Looked like ass, bro. That was embarrassing, man. I get it, phoning it in and not having anything to play for, but that's just that ain't right. That ain't what you do. That's not getting it done. So I think I have the Noles going up to Clemson. Noles haven't beat Clemson since 2014. They almost had them last year. Ran for over 200 yards on them. I got the Noles going up with the returning quarterback, like you said, with the most returning starter and most returning production in all of college football, 133 teams, is Florida State. Mm-hmm. Added to that was Keon Coleman transfer, Jaheim Bell from South Carolina, big tight end, running back transfer. You even talked about Trey Benson. Look,
I love Trey Benson,
dude. It's loaded. We have the only Maxwell watch list transfer offensive lineman in the country. Of all offensive linemen that transfer, the only one on the Maxwell watch list is at Florida State. So if we improve the offensive line, we're the only ACC team that has 7 all-conference players on it. The next closest is 3 with Clemson. And we got the all-ACC cornerback from Virginia to bolster the defense. Lots of things are falling into place pretty magically for Florida State. So I think they go on the road as hard as that is.
Magically or NIL-y?
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, whatever it takes.
Magically.
That's the new era, right? So, but if we go on the road and beat Clemson that first game in September, Clemson in the world of hurt. They can't drop no more games, man. They got to play North Carolina, Notre Dame, Miami, everybody else. So I have them slipping up again with a new offensive coordinator. As much as you like the guy from TCU, his name slips my mind at the moment. That's
Garrett Riley.
Thank you, Garrett Riley.
Lincoln
All
Riley's
that is
brother.
new. There's a lot of new in that circumstance. And so, man, that's a lot of learning on the fly, especially in the month of September with Duke and Florida State as 2 of your first 4 games. It's weird to say Duke in that capacity, but Duke played some people last year and beat some people. So
I think they finished about 500 or so. But, I mean, however, that quarterback was young and he did run and pass, whatever.
right.
But my thing with the FSU Clemson thing, it's tough to beat a team twice in the year. You should know that.
That's why
Florida.
I do not have Clemson in my ACC championship game, sir.
So you don't have to play them.
That's right. I think they slip up again along the way. And North Carolina, they lost, I think, their last 4 games in a row. They were Drake May was in a Heisman race. Drake May is a hell of a damn player. I know you like Drake May.
Please, Lord, don't let me play Clemson again. I don't think I can beat them again.
Oh, I think we
Lord.
could beat them twice.
Please, Lord.
Look, to all the viewers out there, I'm a Florida State fan. Now, I didn't pick Florida State to win the ACC last year. I think I had them 3rd in the Atlantic. And this very show last year, I had them 3rd in the Atlantic. I think you had them 5th or something like that.
A couple games they lost too. Wake Forest.
Right. All these teams that we're talking about that were hyping, that had potential last year, you talking about the hype train earlier, right? Mm-hmm. I think all of them, their losses were 1-score games.
Yeah.
And same with Florida State. They're no different. So, who is your ACC champion in 2023?
I love Clemson.
Oh, you got them. Easy.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I love Clemson this year.
Oh, you like them like that.
I do like them like that. I think they're that sneaky ass team. I think Sweeney, last 2 years, didn't have a quarterback. Started trying to fit the pieces of the puzzle together, and they did not fit quite well. But dude, Klubnik is a fucking beast, and Shipley, I mean, if you can run the ball, their defense is going to be solid. But I mean, Garrett Riley is going to open up that offense. They're going to score probably 35 points a game on average, and that's not what you would think of Clemson the last 2 or 3 years until the Trevor Lawrence and Deshaun Watson era. So that's the Clemson.
I think the potential is there. They've recruited at a very high level. Here's the one thing. Go ahead.
This is the thing. Clemson recruits, doesn't really do the,
it's not moving the needle for
transfer portal. And then FSU does really well in the transfer portal and doesn't recruit quite as well. So it's a good kind of mix and match. I think that's a good storyline.
I'm going to go back to that stat. Remind me of that in a little bit when we talk about some other parts of this stream. Frederick Meredith talking about Florida State is getting back to who they've always been, which should make some people a little nervous.
Oh, a girls' school.
I will. Hey, let me tell you. My wife from Florida State, let me tell you about the good-looking girls they had at Florida State, okay?
Oh, I know the good-looking girls. They still got them. They still got them.
Hey, Frederick Meredith, who is your team, sir? Who is your team? Welcome to the chat. This is the coolest chat. We're a small group, but it's a tight-knit family, man. So.
I thought Frederick Meredith was a Pac-12 until he started
I did, too. I don't know. He's a knowledgeable guy, so might be one thing the chat's missing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right, he might need to take my spot. Who knows what I'm going to talk about?
Well, I have shocker. I have the Noles winning the ACC this year, baby. I have them beating Clemson in week 4, I think that is, end of September at Clemson.
Yeah.
I have them running through the rest of the schedule. Pitt at Pitt is the only other game I'm worried about. Miami, too, because it's a rivalry. I think they way underperformed for their talent level last year.
Mm-hmm.
So if they get that right, I do like Van Dyke.
Yeah, Van Dyke, I was going to say, missed a lot of last year. That defense, they got all 3 levels of that defense. It's good.
I like Van Dyke, man. So if he can get it back, I mean, they could end up beating a lot of people and surprising a lot of people, but fuck, I hope it don't happen. I don't like Miami worth of shit. So, obviously, for obvious reasons. But I have Florida State winning the ACC, and not playing Clemson twice. I think Clemson slips up again. I think they have some serious problems. Their defense is lacking, falling off, and their offense is in a rebuild mode and a new growth, new quarterback, new coordinator. That's not a success in year 1 of both of those things. That's a bad combination. And my trend continues. If you've been paying attention to my trend of returning quarterbacks on teams I'm picking to win. And Frederick's a Bulldogs fan. Holy shit. Holy shit. All right. I like that. Marshawn Lynch in the chat too. Shout out to Beast Mode. What's up? Marshawn talking about starting a petition for Frederick to replace Adam.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
He got to be better looking.
Well, yeah.
Adam talking about who wants a mustache ride. He got his off-season stash going, baby.
Look like a guy that licks assholes for a living.
That's what I've been smelling when you talk to me.